Gabe made this beat.
Welcome to SLAC episode 146. It's your boy A-Dub.
And your boy Strizzy back in the building. What's good, Slackers out there?
Yeah, we back at it. Another Tuesday, checking in. We already got some Slackers in the building. We want to welcome everybody to the show and let you guys know how much we appreciate your participation, your likes, your comments, your engagement, all that. It really keeps the show rolling for us, so we do appreciate it. We got Unk. Hello from Texas. What's good?
Yes, sir. What's going on, fam?
And we got Kelly in the building already as well. Happy Tuesday. So that's what's up. Thank you guys for being here. This is going to be kind of a Slack Express. We'll see how long we go. We got a couple definitely big topics that we want to hit, and then a couple that we'll cruise through too. So you know how we do. We also got more Texas in the house. Anthony Weston, what's good?
What's up, Ant?
In his house. Excuse me. Let me make sure I say that correctly. But yeah, so we're back at it. We're gonna go ahead and pull up our graphics real quick and go ahead and get into the business. But before we do that, we do want to add our last member of the panel for tonight. You know him, you love him. It's Marcus in the building. What's good?
What's up, peoples?
Welcome back to the show. Appreciate you. We got the close-up view. We got the kicks in the background and everything. That's what's up.
Funny, man. I left my original stuff, so we doing something different today.
It's all good. You always come through looking clean, sounding good. So we appreciate you. Also got Pops in the building. Hello.
Pops.
Welcome in, Pops. We know he'll have some things to say today, as always. So let's go ahead and get this thing popping. Let's jump into our first topic of the day. Here we go. What's up next?
Oh, let's check it out, man, real quick.
Tuned to NFL Talk.
Let's get it.
All right, NFL Talk. This is our lightest topic right now. You know, we are in the offseason like we always talk about, but we do have a couple things going, including our schedule release prediction contest. We're going to go over Strizzy and I's predictions today, and we actually decided to kind of extend it a little bit, give you guys kind of an example of what we're looking for, and then see if anybody else wants to join in. But we do got the countdown going, 86 days to kick off, and a little bit of player news. Nothing too crazy, but some more holdouts and some more people actually reporting into camp. Number one being Lamar Jackson. He actually did finally show up to camp. He hasn't missed any mandatory sessions, but the mandatory sessions do start tomorrow. He showed up in camp. And Strizzy, I wanted to know what your thoughts are on that. He's going into his last contract year. Do you think he'll play under this contract, or do you think he'll get some security before things start?
He'll play under it. But I don't know. It's kind of weird to me that they haven't signed him yet. You know what I mean? Like what Lamar's been able to do without a real like number one receiver. Because in my opinion, I think Hollywood's a solid number two. I don't have him as a number one receiver. You know what I mean? Throwing the ball. I mean, it's 70% just 2 years ago. To me, he's Cam 2.0, but he's like Cam 1.0. He's a better passer, much faster, agile. So they definitely need to do right by this man and pay him. I can't see them going too much into the future without him. So they definitely need to pay him so that he's playing under an actual contract and not risking him getting injured out there like on his last year, his rookie deal.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's definitely a reason he didn't participate in any of the voluntary stuff, for sure. So, also Stephanie Washington in the building. Welcome to the show.
Yo,
what's good? Anthony Weston says Tyreek is still talking about Pat and Chiefs, and nobody or Chiefs care to respond. Yeah, it's true. I have been seeing some of that. What do you think about the noise about coming around Tyreek Hill, Marcus, and also the comparisons from like Tua and Patrick Mahomes? What do you think about that?
I just think he's trying to convince himself. I think he know he made a bad decision. He's trying to convince himself that he did the right thing. He know he didn't. But if he just leave it because you getting paid more money, so just leave it like that. You're not going to a better quarterback. You didn't go to a better deal. So, and he's going to see he's going to see why he should have stayed where he was at. But you go for the money, like I always say, all money ain't good money. So you'll see.
Well, he got his ring, so maybe that's all they needed. So,
like at this point, you know what I'm saying? All money is good money right now. he got his championship. Now get the millions.
But I agree kind of with that sentiment. Like if you're gonna go for the cash, then just leave the other stuff alone. You know.
Yeah, facts.
But we also got some other guys on here. Terry McLaurin, he has decided he's gonna hold out of the Commanders' offseason activities until he has a new deal. He was kind of like the third young receiver, including like Debo and DK Metcalf. So we'll see. If I don't think he's going to be on the move realistically, but I do think that they'll cave and give him some kind of a contract. The other guy we got up there is Dalton Schultz. He was holding out. He did hold out the first week of mandatory, but he reported in today. So he's
he can't be holding out. Stop it. Get your butt.
I know he wants big money, but I don't know. I'm glad that he kind of is maybe realizing and gonna go ahead and report it. And so that's what it is. Pops has some comments about Tyreek Hill for sure. The last two guys we have on here is Jimmy Garoppolo and Baker Mayfield, two quarterbacks that we think still might be on the move. Not really sure, but we are monitoring their situation as we continue this countdown towards the preseason and the kickoff. So
I don't know if Jimmy gonna leave, man. I think he's gonna be there again. Watch.
I know. I think Seattle might make a sneaky move for one of these two guys. I'm not sure, but I think that there are maybe a couple different people. You've talked about the Texans too, like maybe a couple different teams that might want quarterbacks. So I don't know. I'm not sure.
I just feel that I think Jimmy gonna stay because if you could have been moved him, you're gonna move him. Why wait until this last minute to move it? And then Baker, the reason he's having left, they're trying to see what's gonna happen with their quarterback. So that's why he's there. But I don't think Jimmy gonna get. I think Wishcom likes him. So I don't know, man. They maybe Lansing they try to get himself somewhere else.
I'm with Marcus actually. Like how the Patriots did with when they drafted Mac, and they basically were like we're gonna let go of Cam early because we don't even want to go in with the competition. Like we're moving forward, we're going for it. And I feel like if they were gonna move Jimmy, they would have done the exact same thing. You know what I mean? Like Trey Lance is our guy. We got to move forward. We can't have two potential number one quarterbacks on our roster, so we got to move him. But he ain't gone yet. I'm with Marcus. I think they keep him.
Yeah. Checking in on the comments real quick. We have Grace in the building. She says, "Happy full moon Tuesday. Everybody be safe out there. Hopefully that full moon is bringing some good energy everyone's way." Anthony West says he could see Jimmy in Seattle. Ugg says Geno Smith is scheduled to start for the Seahawks. Good luck. Yeah, we'll see. I think Drew Lock would probably take that start. Also got Bell in the building. Happy Tuesday. Welcome in. Appreciate you being here on the show.
Always.
All right, so let's do this. It's time, Strizzy. We're going to put you on the spot first because that's how I do. We're going to talk about our schedule predictions real quick, and we're going to start with the Panthers. And this is going to be kind of an example of what you guys can submit to. We're going to have some kind of a prize or contest when we come back to this at the end of the season. So let's go ahead and jump into the Panthers. Strizzy, talk me through your predictions for their home and away schedule.
God dang, man. All the bells, dog.
Listen, we're not. I have to base my picks based off of how they did last year. I have no idea what we're going to look like. We haven't. I mean, we drafted a quarterback, which I think is a good quarterback. You know what I'm saying, in the kind of like earlier middle rounds, taking Corral. So, but the NFC South, even though it's not looking good, I don't think we're going to sweep anybody. You know what I mean? So some of the lower teams, we'll get a win at home versus the Falcons, win at home versus the Saints. I think we lose both games to the Bucs. Tom Brady's coming back. They still have the majority of their weapons. They're not going to have Chris until, later on in the year probably. But still, they're going to be good enough to probably get us. I'm hoping the offensive line that we revamped, you know what I'm saying, will come into play. But if it doesn't, that is literally Sam Darnold's best bet. If our offensive line can hold up, if it can't, he's just going to perform basically the same way he's done his whole career, not just last year. So we keep beating the Cardinals, so eventually they're gonna have to beat us. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like we can't keep beating them every single year for the last 5-6 times I think we played them, we've gotten them. So they're gonna be looking, especially the way they started the season last year, and we came in there and like really upset them. It's gonna be a tough game to win. San Francisco is still much better coached than we are, so they still have a couple of questions, you know what I mean, with a possible quarterback change, but I still think we lose to them too. Steelers have a great defense. Nothing's changed there. And even last year, even with our defense, we struggled a lot against really good defensive teams. So that's a problem. Browns, we might have a shot at beating the Browns, but still one of them things was like they still have a really great ground attack, and they don't do a lot. The Browns don't do a lot, like anything great, but they do a lot of things good. I'm looking at the Lions to revamp a little bit. They kind of came alive a little bit towards the end of the year. You know what I'm saying?
But come on, y'all should get that one. That's the only one I definitely had to stop you on. The Lions, and you guys are playing at home?
Yeah, I hope so. You know what I'm saying? I definitely hope so. My most of this is like I have no faith in Sam Darnold. And hopefully by that game, maybe we decided to make a quarterback change. And so we'll see. You know what I'm saying? This schedule is definitely still up in the air. You know what I mean? Broncos, great defense. Now they've got their starting quarterback. I don't think there's any way we win this game, honestly. I think the Broncos are gonna challenge the Chiefs next year for that division, in my opinion. And then just going to the away games, like I said, I don't think we're gonna sweep the Falcons. We'll beat them once, they'll beat us once. Same thing with the Saints. I hope that Winston comes back healthy. He looked actually pretty good last year in his first couple of starts before tearing his ACL. So I'm kind of rooting for him, but I'm kind of not, you know what I'm saying? Because he does play for the Saints, but we'll see.
Right.
I do think that the Bucs sweep us, though. They got us last year. I think they'll get us again this year. An away game against the defending Super Bowl champs, I don't think so. I think we might be able to get the Seahawks. It depends on kind of what mental state they're in, you know what I'm saying? Like they lost Russ. Ground games up for grabs. We'll see what DK's mindset's in as well with playing with whoever he's going to be being thrown to. If the Ravens are healthy, that's a loss too. And Bengals are coming off of potentially winning the Super Bowl last year, so I think they actually get better than they do worse. And we lost to the Giants last year, and I thought we should have beat them. And we'll see if McAdoo can do something against his former team. So hopefully we can get that dub there too.
Gotcha. Dang, that's rough. Anthony Weston says tank for Bama QB. Was that what's going on here?
That's what it looked like.
Well, we'll see, man. We'll see. I don't see this being too great next year. I'm hoping I'm a little bit wrong, but I really want to. I'm done with Darnold. I think we've seen what we can see from him. I really want to see Coral do what he can do earlier, sooner than later. You know what I mean? To see whether or not we have to go after a quarterback next year. You know what I mean? Kind of like how the Cardinals did with Kyler. So we'll see.
Dang, that's rough.
Well, I don't know how many games. I know it's home and away, but I don't know how many you're gonna lose in a row. So he might get in there. So it's like, yeah, wait.
That's what I'm pretty hype about that pick. You know what I mean? I think it's a really good quarterback playing the SEC. So there's always that. But I mean, he's looked pretty decent so far. I've seen some of the training camp stuff that they've been going on. His ball looks good, so let's just hope it continues, through his pro career.
Gotcha. All right, that's what's up. Well, for your pessimistic outlook, potentially, to my a little bit more optimistic outlook for my Cowboys, I was looking at this and I came up with 12-5 schedule. We'll run through it, and I think I'm probably wrong on a couple of these. Maybe it'll come down a little bit, but the schedule actually for the Cowboys. On the flip side, actually looks pretty straightforward and pretty legit. So I'll run through this real quick, and then we'll see what you guys think. But I got the Bucs starting off. I think we'll probably lose that game. That's going to be a tough fight. We almost got them last time, but I'm not sure. I think early on in the year, especially, they'll kind of potentially come out sharp. Maybe we'll still be figuring stuff out. Then we have the Bengals. I think we can beat them. I think, especially if we lose that first game, we'll come back a little bit stronger. Mm-hmm. Giants and the Commanders, not too worried about them, honestly, in the division. Then next up, the Rams, going to the Rams. I think that's going to be a tough game. I have a loss there. Then Eagles, Lions, Bears. I think we should sweep those. I don't think we're going to beat the Eagles twice, though, so I definitely think we're going to drop this one or the later one. Then that would be going into the bye week. Coming off of the bye week, we have an emotional away game for the coach. I don't know if we'll have enough to get it done. I feel like he'll be going for 4th and 1, like early on in the first quarter, blow that game. So then we have Vikings and the Giants. I think we can beat both of them. I think the Vikings are kind of still like run of the mill. Like they are just, always kind of average. But at home they do play well. So that one could be a little bit tougher than it seems. Then I have the Colts. I really like what the Colts did this offseason. I really think they're going to be good. And especially by this time of year, I think that they're going to be kind of having some momentum and knowing what's going on. Texans, Jaguars, that should be no problem. Eagles, again, I think we're going to drop one of those games. And then the Titans and the Commanders, I think we should probably beat them. So I don't know. I'm thinking it's going to be 12-5, maybe an 11-6 there. But Marcus, as a fellow Cowboys fan, I wanted to know what you kind of thought about these matchups and my predictions there.
I think it's pretty good. I agree with everything, but I would probably swap the Colts for the Titans loss. I think we beat the Colts with Matt Ryan that far in the season. I think he'll beat himself. So I think we'll be kind of oiled up and really playing some good defense then. So I think we'll win that one. But it's gonna be kind of it's gonna be. Is it a home game with the Titans?
Yeah, no, sorry, it's away. It's at the Titans.
So it's gonna be kind of cold. So you got Henry run the ball. So I would swap that out for that. We might lose that one, then we'll win. I don't think if we're doing that well, I don't think Dak plays that game in.
Gotcha.
Again, so I will swap the Colts for the Titans. I think everything else is pretty good.
Gotcha. All right, that's what's up. Yeah, I hope that's of course assuming good health and everything like that. And again, being 86 days to kickoff, so we'll see. Unk says stay tuned for Stephen A's predictions on Dallas' upcoming season. So I don't know if he's going to drop it in.
We don't speak Stephen A on this podcast. Sorry about that, man.
Stephanie Washington, she's with me. That's what's up. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking though. Again, we talk about that the NFC East hasn't had a repeat champion for a really long time since the 90s. But I think this will be the year. I think that the Cowboys should be able to defend it and go again to the playoffs. So we'll see from there. That's all we really had for NFL talk. That we invite you guys to throw out yours. And Marcus, we're repping the start. You're repping the start today. That's super appropriate. So that's what's I like how you're thinking about the season. Strizzy, what do you think though? You think the Cowboys could potentially win the NFC East again?
Dude, I had early on. I had them in the Super Bowl last year. Truth be told, so like I think they can win it again. I think it'll be really tough between them and the Eagles. I think the Eagles really. I know you don't want to hear that, but they really revamped their roster this year. But I still their weak link.
Great draft picks. They had
a really good draft too. But at the end of the day, their weak link is it's supposed to be their best player, the quarterback. You know what I mean? So I think they can only go as far as Jalen Hurts could take them. You know what I mean? And I definitely don't have him better than Dak. So. I do like this. I think this might be one of those years they actually repeat getting the division again. And I'm not gonna lie, man. I might place a little wager on them to get back to the Super Bowl. So we'll see.
That's what's up.
It's just better time just getting there. They just gotta get both sides of the ball on track together. Like it's
at the same time.
It's offense and defense sucks, or defense is doing well and offense is struggling. But as soon as they can get both on track at the same time, watch out. You know what I'm saying? It's a scary team, truth be told.
Well, we'll see. Definitely, though, teams like the Bengals getting through, really is like one of those things that kind of reminds you that, hey, if you get hot at the right time, it's only like, so many wins to get to the Super Bowl. So we'll see. All right.
I said 8-9.
No, he was messing around though.
Hey, the Eagles, they're a big receiver. I forget his name. I think he went to South Carolina. Is he still playing there? I can't think of his name right now.
Who?
The Eagles, the big receiver, he's always hurt.
AJ Brown?
No.
Because the other dude's Devontae Smith. They got on their roster. I don't know about South Carolina receiver.
He's a veteran. I don't think he started with the Bears and then he got traded there.
Oh,
he was real good. I know Anthony.
I don't know if he's still there.
Jeffrey. Yeah, is he still playing? Is he retired or?
I don't know. I don't think he's on their roster anymore.
Oh, okay.
I don't think he put it down last year, did he?
I don't think so.
Okay. I didn't know he officially retired. He was just hurt. So.
I know what you mean, though. When he's healthy, he was a beast, but that was his problem, staying healthy.
Yeah. Unk says Aaron Donald has a new contract. We did talk about that. Definitely getting paid $30 million a year. Only non-quarterback making that kind of money. And then he also talked about Coach Del Rio in hot water over remarks made. We'll probably have to come back to that one on another show. We can use that for more of the offseason since we'll have time to kind of talk about that. But that one's kind of interesting to break down. So I'll put something together maybe for next week for that one.
I will say this though. I think y'all beat the Bucks. I think y'all open up with the dub.
I hope so. That would be dope. Like, trust me, like that's what I'm wanting.
They won't have the guy who scored on us at the end of the game. Godwin won't be there. So
I think the Bengals is more of a toss up game than the Bucks. But I think y'all get the Bucks. Truth be told, I think y'all get the Bucks.
Gotcha. And yeah, Unk says, why don't we try coming to Dallas?
We say it, but we gotta do it this year, man. COVID's over.
Man, I'm trying to get to Dallas. I'm trying to get to North Carolina.
We definitely got to come together and look at the schedules real quick and see what we can figure out in between all of our schedules. But that
what's realistic? You know what I'm saying? What's realistic?
I wish we played the Raiders this year away, but not yet.
That we could get to. But yeah, I mean, I did look at going to the Rams game, driving out there, but man, that was the tickets.
Yeah, it's gonna be even higher now since they won Super Bowl. So.
Yeah, just want to say that. Yep.
Yeah, but we'll definitely. That would be tight. Get some more material for the YouTube. Do a little SLAC road trip for sure.
For sure. And
but that's our NFL talk. Let's go ahead and keep this thing moving. All right, NBA talk. We had a pretty good Game 5 last night. Golden State held court at home. First time Boston had lost back-to-back games this entire playoffs, and the first time the Warriors are now in the lead in the series going back to Boston. Steph Curry made no three-pointers, which kind of became sort of a storyline, but he was cold. But in his absence, a little bit, Wiggins definitely went off. And I want to hear your guys' thoughts on the series, but I'm just calling it right now. I think Wiggins is going to steal the MVP, the Finals MVP from Steph. Based on what we saw last night and based on what may or may not happen in these next couple of games. But what do you guys think about the series so far?
Give me 1 second. Go ahead, Marcus.
First of all, there's no way he's getting MVP from Steph. There's no way. He's going to have to hit 50 the next 2 games. And we know he's not doing that. Steph already hit 43, so he's definitely not getting that many points. He did what he's supposed to be doing, So Clay wasn't on, Steph wasn't on. He's supposed to do that. That's what they brought you in there for. So he did his job. So but he's definitely not. Steph not that happened again. So I think Steph will come out and have a great game. I think they close them out. Boston's not really a feel for at home. So I think Steph. That's the bad thing about it. Steph had a great game this game. Then he's gonna run the gas in Boston, but he had a bad game at home. So he's gonna explode next game like he did before, and he's gonna close them out. So I see him hitting. I see him hit another 40-point game. So at least 45 again. So. Too bad for the Celtics, so they don't do it.
Yeah. No, that's what's up. No, I know I'm kind of messing around, but it is funny that it seems like every finals that the Warriors end up winning, there's a circumstance in which, Curry's just, a little bit off or has, something like last night where it's just like kind of a fluke game that I think a lot of people will remember. As Unk says, Wiggins is playing well, but he will not win the MVP.
He just plays solid. I think him playing solid helps the whole team out. Everybody don't have to force. Poole he gonna have to play a great game. Clay gonna have a great game. So if Wiggins stay like running 18, 20 points, I think he balances them out. So they don't have to have a great game. So I think even Draymond he stepped up a little bit last game to kind of help him out a little bit too. But I think it's hard to close out a team. It's hard to close out especially in the finals. It's gonna be hard to close them out at home. So, but I think the pressure gonna be more on the Celtics because this before the other round they went because it's gonna be all at Game 7 they win this game, right? Every round went Game 7, right?
Right.
If they win, so it's on.
They swept the Nets.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. But the last 3 rounds it was kind of Game 7. So I just feel that it's gonna be kind of hard. The luck's gonna run out. And like I said, I don't trust Tatum. He has to come, and he's not gonna help him out. So,
yeah.
My bad. My daughter called me. They're on vacation with their mom, so I had to pick that one up.
Oh no problem at all. But yeah, what do you think though? You think the Warriors close them out, or do you think this goes Game 7?
I think the Warriors close them out. I heard the Wiggins thing. I love how he pulled up the SLAC last game, but Steph had one mediocre game. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we'll say it's bad for Steph, but it was still a mediocre.
It's bad for Steph. Yeah, definitely bad for Steph.
You know what I mean? But the last four though, you know what I'm saying? He balls out. So I don't think it takes away the MVP from him, but I think they close it out. It's like I said in Game 1, the Warriors shouldn't have lost that game. They went cold, kind of let their foot off the brake in Game 1. You know, this could easily be over right now.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So they've kind of had the Celtics number. And I think they finish it off. You know, Steph doesn't have a good game. Wiggins take up the slack. You know, Clay didn't have a huge game, but he had a decent one too. They still kind of pulled together, even though their best player didn't play very well. So I understand they were at home during that game, but I still think for the majority of this series, Golden State's been kind of beating down on them. And like Marcus said, Jason Tatum, he played well in the prior games, but he's been kind of fading away in this series in particular. So I think they need a huge game from Jason in order to make it a Game 7. But I think the Warriors, even though they're going to Boston, I think they're going to play this game like it's a home game and like it's a Game 7. You know what I mean? Like, let's not go to 7. Let's finish this off now.
Right.
And truth be told, Boston plays better away than they do at home anyway. So I kind of like Golden State to finish it off.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. I think they should treat it that way and just go ahead and go for it, you know. Just try to finish it off in Game 6. So check in on the comments real quick. Ung says Celtics need someone with a mid-range shot. And that's true. They haven't really had much of that in the middle. They're either going to the bucket or trying to shoot threes, shooting a lot of threes, it seems like. Pop says Wiggins is the difference. Always been a player. Critics are stupid. Guy's a baller and is MVP. We'll see though. I don't know though. I do think though that this is.
Nah, I don't think. I think the critics are on. The critics are right. Like he think about it. He hasn't had. He had his rookie year. He had a great year, you know. But other than that, he wasn't like that. He fell off a little bit. But he went to. When you go to a good team like the Warriors, they're gonna make you better. That's what happens. He's on a good team. So, but I think the critics are right. I still don't think he's panned out what he's supposed to be. He had this good year this year and his rookie year. But other than that, I don't think he like what the team was. He wasn't doing what he's supposed to be doing. That's why he got traded to the Warriors because you can't get a good Wiggins to the Warriors. So he got over there because he wasn't that good of a player. So he is what he is. Yeah.
And even the Warriors said, they didn't say it, but like, you know, their mindset was basically like, all right, we just need somebody on the wing until Clay gets back. You know what I mean? Like their mindset wasn't like, oh, cool, we're going to get Wiggins because, you know, eventually we're going to get rid of Clay. Like, that was never the mindset. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, it worked out.
I'm with you on that. I think he's playing well within his role on this team. Like, I'd say he's playing above average of his role on this team, right? I don't think they really expected him to play this well, but he is playing well.
Gotcha, yeah.
Was it true too about the goal too? They said the goal was higher than it's supposed to have been in Boston. I think Game 2 or something. Because they put, I guess it's a stick you put to see how tall the goal is, and it was like it wasn't touching the floor. I was like, God,
dang!
Somebody complained that it was higher than, I don't know if it was Steph or Clay, but somebody complained that the goal was higher than it's supposed to be. So they measured it and it showed that it was higher. I was like, dang.
That's funny, but it would make sense like that. You know, they know what they're shooting on usually, so. If it wasn't right, they would know.
Stuff's like my floaters just ain't floating the way they're supposed to be.
Right. Stephanie Washington, I definitely agree. Go anybody but the Celtics. So get the Celtics up out of here. I'm ready for that to be over. And if Golden State had Wiseman, would have been over in 4. I agree.
You think he make a big difference though? Wiseman?
I think he's just like he's pretty legit. Even though. I mean, I don't know. Even though they have,
I think he's supposed to be, but I don't know if he showed that he was going to be. I think lonely. I think he'll been good as lonely. I don't think he'll been better than that.
Gotcha.
But I don't know. I haven't seen him play.
He's a better offensive player though. Wiseman actually has a mid-range jumper, so that definitely helps Steph out. You know, with pick and roll because you know Draymond's got to be one of the worst offensive scoring players in the NBA.
Oh, okay.
That really kind of takes away from the pick and roll, pick and shoot type deal. So Wiseman kind of helps with that.
I know he had like a little jump shot. I didn't know that. So okay.
Yeah. Pops disagrees with us about Wiggins. He said the press made expectations for him. So,
but I don't know. Pop he's the number one drop. Was he the number one pick?
Yeah, he was.
So that's an expectation. You number one pick. You got to do your job. But I don't know. I like Wiggins though. I do like Wiggins. I like since he was at Kansas. I like him, but I don't know. He is good. I think he is good. I just thought him going to the Warriors is because he wasn't playing well. Like they didn't get a steal.
He wasn't living up to his potential.
Yeah, that's all. To me, a good Wiggins. I don't think you're able to get him to the Warriors. So I don't think they. So I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I think Pops is on the money when he said press makes made the expectations. But you're a number one pick. The expectations are already high.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't think it's they're already high. You know what I mean? I remember the expectations. I remember the expectations for he was the number one pick, but he was number two from Miami. What's my boy's name?
Beasley?
Yeah, Michael Beasley. Like expectations were extremely high for him too, and he never really panned out.
Even though he is a baller, he
is, man.
He's more mental. It's more mental, maybe. Yeah,
he can put the ball in the basket, but I think expectations, everything else got to him.
Yeah,
and honestly, I think Wiggins should be better. Honestly,
well, I think he's going to show, and like I said, he's going to steal the MVP.
MVP. It will be kind of funny. He scored 50 next game and get it. I'm like, God.
If Steph had another off game, but if another game like last night, I think maybe, I don't know.
But he hasn't scored more than 26 though, right? He does like at least 35, right?
Gotcha,
Yeah.
But he's putting the defining moments, because the same thing in the Mavericks series, like when he had that dunk, it was like that was like when it was officially over kind of thing. So,
you're right.
But the other thing on here, Kenny Atkinson.
Oh Sam, man. Oh Sam. He's the biggest bust ever because he went before Jordan, right?
Yep.
Is that the guy?
Yep.
Yeah, so he's the biggest bust ever,
man.
But that
was Portland's problem. That was Portland's doing. They messed that up.
Similar to when they messed up the whole Kevin Durant and Greg Oden too.
But I don't think they messed up though. You already have a shooting guard, Clyde Drexler. You can't draft another. I don't think you could do that.
I'll say they messed up in the pre-draft evaluations because like nobody realized that he had those problems like with his knees and his legs being like different lengths.
They didn't have the technology like they have now. They probably figured it out.
Yeah, I guess. Oh man. But Kenny Atkinson's the last person on here that he is was hired by the Hornets. So no Mike D'Antoni for Michael Jordan. They hired Kenny Atkinson. That's the second Warriors coach hired this offseason. So
what's the guy that's on the bottom of the screen right here?
Yeah, that's who's down there.
He looked like a mobster, so I didn't know who he was.
Look, he kind of does look like a slickster.
Yeah, he got the Pat Riley slick. So
yeah, he got that Pat Riley.
Yeah, Sam Bowie. And Anthony Weston, he said, Kobe shot 6-17 in closeout games. Some players have off games. And it's true. I'm just saying if he has multiple, maybe. I don't know.
How many points did he score, though? Did he score under 20 points?
Kobe?
20.
No, Steph last game.
It was under 20. I think it was 14.
Oh, dang. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, let me see real quick. Hold on.
Because right before that game, he's averaging 35 a game. So before that game, it's going to bring his thing down to what? Almost.
So last night he was 16 points, 7 of 22, 0 for 9. But he still had 4 rebounds, 8 assists.
Yeah. So but if you averaging 35, you score 16, does it bring it down below 30?
I mean, he's still got a 43. I think about a 43-point game, a 35-point game, 29-point game.
Yeah, he's averaging 35. He was averaging. I don't know how many he hit, but he was averaging 35 before that game. So I don't know. I know he's not gonna let that. He ain't let that slip out of his hand this time. He ain't doing another Eagle dog. He gonna get the MVP, dog.
Bro, look, I don't know what the over under is for Steph's 3-pointers, but I'm taking that over.
Because he's more emotional away because he don't like how the fans talk to him and stuff. So he's more emotional away. So I think this is gonna be a closeout and he's gonna be emotional. I think he's in the gym right now shooting. So
point. Yeah,
I just think he's gonna hit another 40-point game, and he gonna.
You ain't never lied. I think Steph closes them out. The thing is too, like Steph wants MVP. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it kind of eluded him the first time. You know, so the first championship. Then KD comes. You're no longer the best player. KD is he takes those two. You know what I mean? Like, so like I feel like that's kind of been like the thing with their first 3 titles is like, is Steph gonna get that MVP? I know he wants it. It's in the back of his head. Like he's playing.
I think he went golfing Sunday, so I don't think he's gonna go golfing today. So I think he was shooting today. So
yeah, right. That's real.
I still don't think it is whack that the NBA pushes so many games in between because the game 6 won't be until Thursday.
Yeah.
Oh, they don't play tomorrow?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, because they traveling probably too, huh?
Yeah.
I thought they played tomorrow. That's crazy. Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday. And then if it goes to game 7, it'll be Sunday on Father's Day because they always like to do that. So they got it stretched out. That's what I don't like, the extra days in between, honestly.
Yeah. Too many days. Every other day is cool. You know what I'm saying? But it's like 3 days in between.
Yeah. One last thing I want to touch on real quick. Anthony West says Vogel to Jazz. He is supposed to interview for the Jazz job. Not official yet, but that's I don't know.
What does Vogel have on the commissioner? Right? What's going on? He walked into a meeting, seen something. He's not that good of a coach. He need to be an assistant somewhere, dog. Come on.
He tapped into the wrong Zoom link or something, and now he's got the goods.
He's a boss, man.
Y'all gonna give me a job,
right? He's like, you better keep me employed.
That's
all right, but let's see what's up. Either way, the finals will be over the next time we get together, whether it's on Thursday or on Sunday. So we'll definitely be back with a recap and our thoughts on the finals, and then some more like NBA offseason because the draft will be not too far behind that. So, there's
Boston
always
if Boston win, I don't think AW gonna be on here Tuesday, so it's me and Strizzy. So
I'm gonna be like trying to play out how the Lakers can get back. I'm gonna be so upset. So yeah, so I am rooting for the Warriors to finish this thing out for sure. Anybody but the Celtics. So.
So what's next again?
Other sports?
Oh yeah, other sports. Okay, so not football.
Yeah, not basketball. We did that already.
Oh, okay, like hockey.
Yeah, like hockey. Feel me?
Okay, like baseball. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Like soccer, right?
There we go.
Like soccer.
Like other sports.
All right, other sports. Stanley Cup final starts tomorrow. That's the big story for me. For other sports, super duper excited. We got the Avalanche going up against the Tampa Bay Lightning, and yes, the Tampa Bay Lightning have won the last 2 Stanley Cups in a row. And I think it's going to be tough, honestly, to take them out. But I think the Avalanche are, a very talented team, and if they
do, man,
offense, I think that they can win it all. But yeah, this is going to be tough. This is going to be the toughest test for the Avalanche for sure in the playoffs so far.
If they do win, how you got to go in 6 or 7? What you do?
I think Avalanche in 6.
Okay.
I think that's what I'm kind of feeling right now. But it's interesting because the Tampa Bay Lightning, they just play really good defense, and the Avalanche defense isn't that great, but they always outscore, everybody they play. So if they can break through this goalie, who is probably the best goalie in the NHL, if they can break through and score points on them, then I think that they can get this thing done. So,
which is funny because the last 2 years, Tampa Bay has been like the number 1 scoring team in the in the league, and this year they're like, man, take the under on everything, bro. Take the under because like they've been good defensively.
You still have your sticker, piece of paper.
Yes, I got it. I got it right here.
Don't lose that, man. Don't lose that, man.
It's ready right here. So. We're definitely that's gonna be part of the celebration once it happens. Go pick that up. Anthony's got Avs in 6. Pop says Avs in 4 or 4-2. So it's either gonna be a sweep or
Pop's ready to get that sweep going.
That would be dope though. That would be really cool if they do. We'll see.
You don't want to see a good series? You take the sweep?
I would take the sweep. That's fine with me. I mean,
man, when my team's playing, I'll always take a sweep. Like I don't
want them to lose at all. Like
I don't want to see no.
It's the love of the game, man. It's hockey first, man. You want to see a good matchup, man.
No, because especially with the Lightning, like if they get confidence and if they get close to winning, you know what I'm saying, and they're going for 3 in a row, like, dang. And this will be, if they do win, it would have been the first time since like the 80s, but that's not gonna happen. So hoping the Avalanche go ahead and take them out and then kind of take over. Maybe they make their own run and win a couple in a row. That'd be dope. So we'll see. Some other quick stories on here. We have Serena is going to play in Wimbledon. She entered as a wild card, even though she's technically not ranked right now, or she wouldn't have made it in based on her tournament participation. She hasn't played since Wimbledon last year. I really hope she comes out firing, though. Maybe some way. I just want her to win one more major, but
she need to let another young player go in there. It's over for Serena, man. Sorry,
yeah,
but she's not winning another one.
And especially going in as a wild card, like her draw is probably going to be a little bit different. Like she might end up having to play some of the tougher brackets or some of the tougher players right away. So I don't know. I'll be rooting for her, but I'm gonna be watching the tournament early, first week for sure. I'm not gonna wait too long. I'm gonna catch the first one.
We're rooting for her though.
Yeah. But other story over the weekend, Mayweather was inducted into the Boxing Hall of Fame. There was 27 people that were inducted because they hadn't had an induction since 2019. So they did the 2020, 2021, and 2022 all at the same time.
Was it a ceremony?
Yeah, there was like a ceremony, and it's like somewhere in New York. And they even had like a little parade, like they were riding around in like in the back of cars. It was kind of weird to see. But Layla Ali was also inducted, and then one of the Klitschko brothers, but he wasn't there because he's over fighting. So we'll see. Pop says about the hockey, we were battle tested, taking them out. Got the emojis flying in there too. That's what's up.
I see you, Pop.
Unk says free Brittany Griner. Her detention was officially extended, and they're still talking about potentially trading maybe some people that we have captive that are Russian nationals for her. So we'll see how that progresses. As soon as there's some new news, though, we'll definitely talk about that. But speaking of something new, Live Golf happened, the first event ever. Marcus, I wanted to hear your thoughts on it, but I wanted to give a couple quick stats. This is the Charles Schwartzel, who won the tournament, right? In his PGA Tour career, he's made an average of $80,000 per tournament start. In this first Live Golf event, he made $4.75 million in his first event. So I think that demonstrates the lure for some of these average or middle of the pack golfers to go and try this new thing out. So we'll see.
Yeah, I watched it because you sent me a link. I couldn't even find it. I didn't know. I thought it was on ESPN or something, but it's on YouTube. So after watching it, we was hyped about Live, but Live is not gonna last long, man. I watched the thing. It just wasn't the same. I thought it would be a little more like the PGA, kind of like still a little classy, but it would just they weren't ready. It was their first one, but it looked like more like a video type game. Like I was watching Twitch or something like that. That's how it looked, like the stuff and
right, like the scoreboard and stuff like that.
Yeah, they have like crushers and all that. No, we don't need to do that. Like I don't think you have to do that. So you could tell they wasn't ready, and then it just wasn't. I don't think it leveled up to it. So maybe they'll get, but that money it can't last. I just don't think that money can last like that. $4 million, like. Right. That's a lot, dog. So I don't know, but they also interviewed. They had the Canadian Open this weekend too. Roy McIlroy won that one, and they interviewed the commissioner, and he was very, very emotional, like kind of pissed off. Like he was just saying, like, I don't understand how they went over there and thought it was gonna be okay. But I did figure out. I didn't know that they suspended, so they can't play on the tour. But they can play in majors because the major is a USGA, so it's different from the PGA. So I'm like, because even Phil, he's playing this one this weekend. So, and it's kind of weird because it's kind of touchy on people that they sick of talking about it, but you got to talk about it. They dare, So I don't know. I think it might work out for them, the guys that left, because they can still play in the majors and do their thing there. They can't play on tour, but you don't know. But I have to say, I don't think Live is gonna last long, man. I give him a year or two, and I think it's gonna be over with.
Gotcha. That may be the life cycle if they don't catch on or build some fans some way. One thing I think that they should do though, yeah, it was streamed on YouTube, and basically all the broadcasts like ESPN, Fox, they're all shutting them out.
Yeah, so
Like they're not showing the
they
scores.
got
They're
one.
reporting
I don't
on
know
it.
who is it.
I
Is
think
it
CBS is the only one
CBS
that's
only one?
actually
Yeah.
reporting on it online.
So
So I don't know though. It'll be interesting to see if it does last, but I do think on the YouTube live stream, if they opened up the chat and got some good moderators and just let people chat in there, it would build engagement. And I think people would love that like type of
yeah.
that type of aspect, because that's something that the PGA could like never really offer.
But the only thing that's it's going to hurt them though is because the players know now that we go over there, we spend it, we can't go. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the players before they didn't know, they kind of thought it was
They
something
weren't sure.
happened.
They thought they might be okay.
Yeah, but now it's like it's for sure. Like so they probably won't get no more guys now. So that's the only. You might get older guys that they can't beat the younger guys. So they might go over there for the money. And I can see that happening. But the hot like the Roms, like the JTs, and like people like that, or McElroy, they're definitely not going over there. So that's the only thing it's gonna. It won't be no competition. You probably gonna know. It's like Kevin Durant over there with the Warriors. You know who's gonna pretty much go. Who might win? It's gonna be the top 4 players that are gonna win. So that's the only thing with that.
Gotcha. But yeah, the U.S. Open being this weekend, it is interesting that some of those players from the Live Golf are coming, and it's going to be weird to see like what kind of tension there is on the course together.
Yeah.
Let's see. Also, I have the Pac-12 on here. I want to talk about this a little bit more later in the offseason of college football, but the Pac-12 has gone divisionless. They decided to have like no more divisions as far as North and South, and they started a new kind of schedule where every team is going to play like basically like 2 or 3 of their main rivals, and then the rest of the schedule rotates. This is something that probably will end up happening in the other big conferences like the SEC, the Big 12, because they keep adding more teams. And the old way of the scheduling is not really working out anymore. So this is a different way that they're going to try, and I expect the SEC, the Big 12, probably the Big 10, they're probably going to do the same thing, but I just don't know how soon we might see that, because the schedules for the next like 2 or 3 years are already set. So
how many more years does Oklahoma and Texas have before they go to you guys?
I think 2 more years. So I think that they're joining in 2025.
Oh, okay.
That's the plan anyway. Yeah, 2025.
I think so. I think that's when everything is going to really start changing, because the schedules are basically built out until then. So
okay.
So we'll see. And then last but not least, we want to shout out Daniel Suarez, the first Mexican-born driver to win in a NASCAR race. He won on Sunday at Sonoma, and it's pretty cool. Sonoma is like a road race, so there's like lots of different turns. It's not just like a regular oval. And Daniel Suarez has always been pretty good at the road races. He's like a better driver than just driving in circles, I guess. So this was a good opportunity for him to win. And it's up in wine country, so they had like big barrels of wine and stuff like that for the celebration. It was pretty cool.
He's the first one.
Yeah, first ever. So they even had like a and then Trackhouse is actually his team, and it's kind of a newer team too. And Pitbull is involved too, involved in the ownership. And they only have like 2 cars, but they had like a big old taco and like a flag that said win numero uno on it, like, and they had it like ready for him. So that was pretty cool. So definitely like a fun little celebration there. I'm looking real quick. I think that's pretty much it that we wanted to talk about here. Ankh brought up in the comments LeBron wants to own an NBA team in Vegas. He did mention that recently in an interview, and I do think like it would be dope to get an NBA team in Vegas. I think the time is now. They already have NHL, WNBA.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. So if he brought it up now, he did that for a reason. So he's in the works. So I think it's gonna happen, and that's gonna be super dope. But do you lose a team from somewhere else and bring them there, or you just gain a team?
I think if they wait long enough, I think they'll add 2 teams. I think they'll probably add like a Vegas team and maybe like go back to Seattle.
Seattle has to get another team back there, man. They have to do it. So when that happens though, do they go to Oklahoma City? Do they get back those history back to Seattle?
No.
Or do you start all the way over?
You start over like as a new franchise.
Dang.
So same thing that like this happened to like when the
Browns?
Colts. Well, too. But you're right, the Browns. So when the Browns left and became the Ravens, they took all that. That's technically the original Browns. Like that's technically the franchise that the older players played for. And then the Browns now really only started like
they started all the way over. Like all those like Testimony, all that stuff is with the Ravens.
I think technically because that's really like the lineage of it. But it's kind of weird. Yeah, that's kind of true though. It's like doesn't get brought up that much like that. But like, technically Oklahoma City, like Kevin Durant and stuff, he was like a supersonic. Like, but if they created the Seattle again, it wouldn't be them. Like,
oh, okay,
Right.
yeah. Oh, Anthony Weston's Browns owner left all the history, so maybe they just started over like that. But Colts didn't leave all the history. Okay. So when Baltimore, Colts left and went there, they took it. So that's weird though. But of course, we all know what happened and where it was at. So I don't know. But yeah, we'll see if that happens. Grace is showing love for Mayweather. That's what's up. That's always been her guy. So definitely long deserved. And he did apparently get a little bit emotional during the speech. So I definitely wanted to. I haven't had a chance to go back and watch and see what he said.
I want to watch it. I don't think Mayweather gets. I don't think he gets his like type like he brought boxing back because boxing was for a little while was like dead. Like people weren't really. It was boxing, but it wasn't like the same. Because when he left, when he came back, he pretty much brought because we wasn't really like middleweight or whatever division he was in. It was mainly like heavyweight was the top tier. But I think he should be appreciated. He brought the boxing back for people to start like we got started again, So I think he should get his due, and for him to go, he beat everybody in his era besides Pacquiao. Like they kind of waited for that fight, but he still beat him. But I think everybody else, they brought to him, he beat him, and it was no question like he beat him. So he's definitely up there to me. He is Muhammad Ali. I think he's right there. I don't think it's no A. I think he's right up there with him. So for what he did for the game.
Yeah, I agree. But I with what you're saying, especially because it's like, but he was willing to be hated on and like didn't care, and so like so many people do hate on him that they don't like really recognize how good and like he was literally putting on boxing clinics every time he went in the ring. So definitely well deserved. So that's what's up.
One more thing happened over the weekend too. Tiger Woods became a billionaire athlete too. It came official with him too, but I don't know if it's a big thing like LeBron because they both are still playing, But I don't know that makes a difference. But Tiger Woods did become that after what happened with him, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think that's awesome, especially because he was well on his way to becoming the first athlete billionaire before everything happened in that back in that November or whatever, over 10 years ago now, when he ended up losing sponsorships and things like that. So he was definitely well on track. So it is interesting that like it's now happened. I didn't think LeBron would get there first, but the way money's going nowadays and like the investment opportunities and just the different.
That's the key. The investment. That's come on, buddy.
The Lakers too,
They make some sales.
Right.
So I know how my buddy, he kind of broke it down to me how it happened. I was like, so that's how that happens. Yeah. So some things got moved around, man.
Right.
Some big estates. So
it is pretty crazy though. So, but yeah, 3 athletes only: Michael Jordan, LeBron James, and now Tiger Woods ever to hit the billionaire. Anthony West says Kobe is close, and that was with his body armor. Really, his body armor investment really helped him with that.
And not to just always talk about it, but it's kind of cool that it's black men too. That's kind of like look icing on the cake.
Definitely, it's inspiring. I think it's a whole new world. Some things still the same, but some things changing. So that's what's up. We'll put it like that. So that's what's up. We'll go ahead and wrap up the graphics. My couch friend today is Sebastian. I don't have I just realized I don't really have an actual plush Sebastian, but Sebastian from The Little Mermaid, and that's in honor of my nephew. I did want to say thank you guys so much, everybody that donated books. Today is the last day that books will be given out, but we do accept donations all year round. Any support or sharing that word helps so much. Next year, we hope to bring it to even more hospitals, and we're hoping to build some small libraries too to bring to some different hospitals. So definitely hoping to get some things in the works there. But to date, we've given out over 1,200 books. and we want to continue to grow that and to be able to donate more books in my nephew's honor. So that's what's up. And I do want to say shout out to my sister real quick for everything she does and puts into it and kind of continuing to grow this thing. So definitely wanted to say thank you on that and kind of have that as my little final say. So Anthony Weston asks, he says, how is Mayweather not a billionaire? I would say probably gambling. I don't even know, but
he's close too, I think, though. I think he's very, very close too.
I bet
in some kind of way say he is, but I don't think it's the legal way of being. I think he might be, but it's not like it. I don't know how to say that, but it's not the professional way.
No,
yet.
I know what you mean, because like he might have even, depending on his assets and how things fluctuate, he might have even gone over and come back down, and you know different things like that. Who knows? Maybe the timing wasn't right for Forbes to be looking him up for
the guy made $100 million an hour with that other fight he did last fight. So
yeah,
I'm pretty sure he has it, but it's just not the way. They ain't got track of it. He might have it cash wise, but it ain't.
Yeah,
how he's supposed to get it. So
Bob said MJ the GOAT of money too.
Yeah, definitely.
He changed the game for everybody else too. That's for sure. So, but that's what's up. Do you guys want to do any other final says real quick, or have anything you want to chat about real quick before we drop off of here?
I think it was one more thing. I think today was Flag Day. I think today, or was that yesterday?
Oh, yeah, no, today is Flag Day. That's true. I gotta get.
I was being funny, but I don't know how you celebrate.
No, I remember because I was actually gonna fly a different flag.
Yeah, the red flag. Watch out for the red flag, y'all.
Not that one. But yeah, no, that's funny. It is funny too. Everything is a day. Every day is a day of some sort.
Something.
But that's what's up. So, until next time, I guess that's it. Strizzy, you have anything you wanted to talk about?
No, man. Just guys got to talk about Sebastian's program, and that's about it. I think we ended on that.
All right, that sounds good. Oh well, actually, let me ask you one silly question though. Does your pillow have eyes back there, or am I?
Oh no, it's buttons. It's buttons on the pillow.
So you can swap it out.
Yeah,
that's what's up. I always think something on everything on the couch is a character. But all right, that's what's up. So we'll go ahead and close things out though. I do want to say thank you for everybody watching and participating. We appreciate your comments and your engagement along the way. We will be back next week for episode 147. But until then, it's your boy A-Dub.
Your boy Strizzy.
And one more thing, I'm gonna be sending out a petition about this Mexican pizza. They took it away again from us, y'all. So we're gonna be trying to get it back. They took it away. So
we're ready to sign.
Yeah.
And so until we can get that Mexican pizza again.
Tacos it is.
All right, that's what it is. Peace.
And you say the truth, they open up my eyes.